Hi, Joy Olson here of Blockbuster Fundraising. Well, this month of February, watching the Olympics, we got inspired by what makes a champion. And of course, that leads us to think, well, what makes a champion fundraiser? What specific talents do you need to be the best of the best? So we got in and researched, and we picked 4 different articles to show you in the month of February on what 4 different experts think a perfect fundraiser what qualities you should look for if you're hiring someone, what qualities you should strive to have if you're already in the profession. This particular article came from Entrepreneur magazine, but it was an excerpt from Linda Lysakowski's book, Fundraising is a Career. What? Are you crazy? So we're going to give you a link to Linda's page so you can order that book if you'd like to. But I wanted you to know that these are what Linda says you need to look for a great fundraising potential Olympic champion. Okay. Do you think you're a champion fundraiser? Well, I'll bet you are. But we decided here at Blockbuster to gather from 4 different experts what the championship fundraising qualities are, what you should strive for, what you should look for if you're hiring. And so one of the experts I particularly, like all of them. Bloomerang I sort of love. I never miss their blog. So I went in to see, what does Bloomerang have to say about great fundraisers? What are the championship qualities you should look for? Well, here's what they say. They say that many individuals entering the development profession for the first time, or those hiring their first development person, are often not certain what qualities to look for in a development professional. Gotta look for a champion. So often one hears that development is really just sales or marketing, and the individual or organization about to embark into the world of development needs to understand, hey, development is a profession in its own right, and it's a great profession. And it's a profession of passion and love and doing wonderful things. Being a good salesperson or a good marketer certainly may be helpful in fundraising, but there's far more to the career than sales or marketing. In his book, Born to Raise, Gerald Panis lists the top 10 qualities of a successful fundraiser. Here they are, and Gerald Panis is wonderful. If you haven't read any of his books, he's fabulous. Okay. Here is what Gerald Panis says are the top 10 qualities of a successful fundraiser. Take notes. Impeccable integrity, a good listener, ability to motivate, a hard worker, concern for people, high expectations, love the work, high energy, perseverance, and presence. Woo! Well, Bloomerang says, this is a tall order. What if you feel that you do not have all 10 of those qualities? Can they be learned? If so, how can you learn to cultivate them? So they say, let's look at each one of those qualities and see if there are things that can be done to cultivate what might seem, at first glance, like innate qualities. Number 1, impeccable integrity. Although professional integrity seems to be a quality that one either has or doesn't have, there are things you can do to help develop your personal integrity. First, know and understand and support the AFP Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Practice. These documents will provide guidelines about what is ethical in the field of fundraising. Adherence to the Donor Bill of Rights is another step in assuring that the organization holds down the donor's interest above its own, and that you, the professional, hold the interests of the donor first, the organization second, and yourself last. So you got that. That's a good one. And let's now take a look at the second one. Second quality that Gerald Panis lists is a good listener. Good listening is so important, and it's definitely a quality that can be learned. Isn't that good news? When I practice good listening, I feel like I'm a lot better person at home too. So you can learn to be a good listener. A class in communications can help emphasize that listening is the most important part of good communication skills. There may be a very good reason why human beings were created with one mouth and two ears. Do you love it? Okay, look, active listening is important to good donor relationship. It's probably of strategic importance to good donor relations. Often a major gift can be secured by a solicitor whose listening skills have been honed. Listening for what the donor's interests are is even more important than being able to persuasively explain the organization's case. So practice making the ask and truly listening to the donor through role-playing with colleagues or by attending courses in making the ask. So important to listen to your donor. I know my stepfather, who was just a brilliant attorney, would always say it's very important to listen hard because it's what they don't say that worries me the most. It's what they don't ask that you feel like they should be asking. So you want to listen to your donors, listen to everyone, listen to your team members. It's just and go home and listen to your family members. Everybody will love you and your friends too. Okay, look, let's back to fundraising. Third, Gerald Panis quality is a great quality in a fundraiser. The ability to motivate. The ability to motivate donors, volunteers, and staff is a critical key for success. Motivating donors goes back to the integrity section. Putting the donor's interests first and foremost will make it easier for you, certainly, to motivate donors. And motivating your donors doesn't mean that you're persuading them to do something that they don't want to do or that is not in their best interest. Motivating donors comes through understanding that philanthropy brings joy to the donor, and that if the donor really believes in the mission, motivation is simply a tool to bring about the donor's wishes. You're going to bring about the donor's wishes. So learning the case for support and having passion for the mission of the organization for which you work is the best way to successfully motivate another person to share that passion. Volunteers, likewise, can be motivated only if the volunteers and the fundraising staff share a passion for the mission of the organization. So any good course in communication is going to help you with this. You want to learn how to speak and write with enthusiasm and passion that will motivate the others. And I really do think that motivating the staff is extremely important. It really is, because if you're a development director and you can't get the rest of the staff going on your ideas and what you're doing, and they don't really have respect or concern for what you're doing and what your tasks are, wow, that's tough. So you want to involve staff in the development planning process, because that is an excellent way to motivate them to help implement the plan. I think regular staff meetings really help. Make sure that you get a little a piece to tell them what's going on, get them motivated about what you're doing, and it will pay huge dividends. You're going to be able to help motivate your staff to greatness with your enthusiasm about your current projects and your goals and where you're getting to this year of 2018. Okay, Gerald Panis says the fourth thing a great fundraiser is a hard worker. one thing you need to understand going into this profession is that it is definitely not a 9-to-5 job. Often you may be on the job as early as 7 a.m. You're meeting with volunteers, breakfast meetings, just getting to the office early to organize your day, to be able to make some phone calls and emails before everybody else gets there. So the key is work hard, because you want to take good care of yourself at the same time. So good development director will eat healthy, get regular exercise, have a hobby or interest outside of work. Be sure and take a vacation each year, because you got to stay mentally and physically healthy, and you particularly don't want to burn out, because this job, it's very demanding, and you have a huge load when people are expecting you to bring in all the money for payroll and to do all the good projects and to make sure that you achieve those 2018 goals. So you have got to be a hard worker. Okay, they've got some ideas on, I'll give you the link to this Bloomerang article, but it just says, as a true professional, be careful to avoid thinking that you are indispensable and that you have to stay connected to the office at all times. You aren't, and you don't, and you want to avoid burnout at all costs. Okay, fifth, Gerald Panna says, there has to be a true concern for people if you're going to be a great champion Olympic fundraiser. Again, this may seem like an innate quality that one either has or doesn't, but there are some things that you can do to cultivate concern. First, working for an organization about which you care deeply is certainly one way that you can feel concern for your donors, for that organization's donors. Many professionals gravitate to an organization that may have helped them or a loved one, and these individuals will usually be empathetic with the organization's donors and just care about it so much that it shines through. Another tool that can help is to get out and about within the organization. Get out there and talk to people who use your services. Find out their stories. That's so important. Talk to them about their hopes and dreams for the future. It will make fundraising easier, and it's going to allow you to speak in a compelling fashion about your organization's mission, and it also helps you build empathy and concern, because you are seeing this all through your own eyes, but other people's eyes. So get out there. Find out what your volunteers care about, what your donors care about, why they love your organization, what it is that motivates their great enthusiasm. All right. Gerald Panna says that the sixth quality that makes an Olympic champion fundraiser is high expectations. As a development professional, you should have high expectations not only for yourself, but for your organization and your coworkers. Often it's the development officer that leads from the middle and inspires the organization to greatness. Hey, is that you? That can be you. Lead from the middle and inspire your organization to Olympic greatness. Cultivating donors who have vision is one way to lead the organization to a higher level of performance. Also, some board members can have a great effect on the vision of the organization. So as a development professional, you should have input into the selection of new board members who can help transform the organization into a bigger and better things. Many of your board members have strategically important networks. So if they're enthusiastic about the story and know the story and have a passion for it, it's a wonderful opportunity for your organization. So you don't want to set unrealistic goals or having expectations that are so demanding that the staff gets frustrated. Egads, no, you need the staff on your side. So you want to help them set their own goals and provide them with the tools to do their job. Perhaps a once a year staff retreat for the development office members, in addition to your regular staff meetings, it is a good idea. You all want to stay respectful of one another's tasks and want to help empower all of you, not exhaust anybody. Okay, seventh quality you need to have is love the work. Not only do you need to love the organization that you work for, you need to love the work of development. Loving this career often starts with volunteering in the area of development. I did that at PBS when I was segueing from stock brokerage into development. And I was very comfortable with phones and mailings and asking people. And so it just seems such an easy segue. But if you do not enjoy volunteer fundraising, you probably won't love it as a career. So if you're thinking about entering the profession, you may want to begin by volunteering to work on a special event, a phone-a-thon, or a corporate appeal for a few nonprofits, and see if you really do love fundraising if you're thinking about it. Or you can suggest that to someone if you are mentoring a potential fundraiser. But if you love it, I think you're going to do a great job. And then you want to learn as much as you can about this profession. Take classes, take webinars, come to our YouTube channel, our Blockbuster YouTube channel. There's so many great thought leaders in fundraising that you can really help yourself get to be really specific about your goals and how you're going to achieve your goals, whether it's major gifts, grant writing, event planning, direct mail. You got to really get in there and learn about the variety of fundraising tasks. Just want to be high energy so you don't get exhausted by the tasks, and that's what Gerald Panis' 8 description of a great Olympic champion fundraiser is high energy. Having high energy seems like a natural for some people, whereas for others it may require some work. Hey, energy can be built by following some of the advice mentioned earlier: eating right, exercising, and relieving stress by taking time off. That certainly can help boost your energy. So think about that, taking good care of yourself, getting enough sleep. Simple things like have a scented candle around, or nice music, or take some time off to get a mani-pedi. That can help build energy. But loving the work is also going to help you have high energy. And you know what else I think? Inspiration. Looking around, you get inspired by new ideas. So anything that you're taking time off, whether you're watching TV, whether you're looking through a magazine, be mindful of new ideas that might pop into your head. You see a great ad, you see a great quote, you see a wonderful project. Hey, that's inspiration. And guess what? Inspiration is energizing. Okay, Gerald Panis says the ninth quality for an Olympic fundraising champion to have is perseverance. One thing that all senior development professionals has learned is that perseverance is highly needed. Major and planned gifts in particular, bequests, they require building long-term relationships, and perseverance pays off. If donors think the organization has forgotten about them, they may just move on to the next organization. They will. Do not forget your donors. Constantly communicate and appreciate your donors. If your development office needs to undergo a computer conversion, perseverance is definitely going to be required. That's tedious and frustrating. But listen, I think that it's really important for any of you that don't have great databases or customer relation management systems. In this high-tech age of personalization, you really need to get up to speed. So even if it means perseverance when you go through this upgrade of your technology, it's definitely worth it. Can you cultivate perseverance? Are you so impatient that you think you can't cultivate perseverance? Well, Bloomerang says, and Gerald Pana says, part of the secret to perseverance is setting goals and realistic benchmarks to measure success. This is going to keep you from wanting to throw in the towel when the going gets tough. And strategic planning is one way to really have reasonable timelines for yourself. And that's extremely important, that your CEO and you know what's going on. You have goals, you've got the plan, you're sticking to the plan. If the plan is off a little bit, woo. You let your executive director know, you let your board know. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't just hope and pray that things get better. You want to brainstorm and have workarounds if something goes wrong. So I know in stock brokerage we used to say, if the news is good, call the donor right away. If the news is bad, call them immediately. So when you're working on goals, long-term goals for your organization, you really need to know exactly where you are in that process each month. So stay on your plan and know how your plan is doing. And if there is some downtime, just come up with a workaround. You've got to have patience and persistence, and I'd say a few good workarounds up your sleeve. Okay. All right. It's important to note that one of your major tasks may be helping your board and executive staff to understand that fundraising is all about building relationships, and that if you persevere in this relationship building, your organization is going to benefit tremendously. If you can impact this knowledge to your organization peeps, you will rise to the top of your field. They must know how important these relationships are. You must take the time to plan strategically. Otherwise, your organization will be left behind. And because this world is evolving so quickly in the nonprofit sector right now. So leadership should look at the return on investment of careful strategic planning. Last, but certainly not least, is the 10th quality for an Olympic champion fundraiser to have, as defined by the great Gerald Panis. And he says this may be the hardest to define and the hardest to cultivate in a development professional, and it is presence. Perhaps the closest thing to this may be a perception of poise. A more contemporary definition may be closer to positioning yourself. Presence can also be described as the ability to command attention and being respected as a professional. So, what can you do to develop a sense of presence? First, look and act professional at all times. Development professionals, especially when meeting with donors or potential donors, which should be a lot of your time, wear a suit and tie, or for women a suit, a nice dress, or a pantsuit. Although some nonprofits adopt a more casual atmosphere, dressing for success is important for the development professional because you will be very visible in the community. You're the money person. And of course, you never know when that $1 million donor may walk in the front door. Being well dressed and well groomed will certainly give you a sense of pride and confidence that is necessary for a sense of presence. This does not necessarily mean that you need to spend a lot of money on clothes or a new car. But looking good and well groomed, it's going to really add a sense of presence. Good posture, an open and welcoming facial expression can be very meaningful, especially when you remember you only have one opportunity to make a first impression. Of course, we all know that and say that, but it's true. So, presence, of course, is about much more than just looking good. Knowing your job will make you appear so confident and knowledgeable. And that definitely adds to the presence factor. Aren't you always impressed when somebody seems so knowledgeable about their job and so matter of fact and can explain it in such an intriguing manner? So, not to belabor the point, but education and training are critical. So attend workshops, join the AFP, take webinars, TED Talks, come to our YouTube Blockbuster channel, got over 300 video tips, practical tips to help you become more successful at fundraising. And this is Joy Olson saying, do what you love and the money will follow. Remember that adage? Strive to be the change agent within the organization. Develop a plan and remember that the donor's interest is always the foremost consideration in any decisions involving fundraising. Okay, there are several key traits. We're going to round them up right now. There are several key traits that successful fundraisers have in common. These traits include impeccable integrity, being a good listener, the ability to motivate staff, volunteers and donors, motivate all of them, being a hard worker, a true concern for people, having high expectations for yourself, your organization, and other people, including your staff, volunteers, and donors, perseverance, and presence. Woo! While some of these things might seem at first to be innate qualities, we know that there are things that you can do to develop all of these qualities. So, how do you measure success? Are you doing a good job? Are you making a difference? I bet you are. So, thanks so much for having been here today. This is absolutely wonderful. This Bloomerang article was an excerpt from Linda Lysakowski's book, Fundraising as a Career. What? Are you crazy? So I'm going to give you the link if you want to buy that book. Okay, Joy Olson, over and out. JoyOlsonGroup.com, BlockbusterFundraising.com. Remember our Facebook Lives, Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right now. And of course, all of our free fundraising video tips on YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye-bye. Here's to your fundraising success, and Blockbuster wants you to know that we're fundraising inspiration right around the corner. Happy February. Bye-bye.